What is going on, everybody? Sports Expert here. We are here with our Week 11 NFL picks. We do these every week, so before the video, please hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Turn on the post notification bell. Would appreciate it. We do NFL content throughout the week. If you guys are interested, we do a lot. And turn on the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button. Like the video. Comment what you think. Liking and commenting helps us in the algorithm. Would appreciate that very much. Helps me. Helps everyone find what they need. So would be helpful to a lot of people, so would appreciate that so much. And let's get started with Thursday Night Football. As Thursday Night Football, we have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. The Bengals and Ravens are both coming off losses, so this is going to be a big game for both teams. And at home, are the Ravens going to lose 2 games in a row at home? I'm not so sure if I can see that. So I'm going to pick the Ravens to win this one 26-23. This is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a dogfight for sure. I don't think there's any question about it. Joe Burrow versus Lamar Jackson. I think this game could definitely come down to coaching, though. In the end, Zach Taylor versus John Harbaugh. I'm not so sure if I trust Zach Taylor fully in that regard. So I'm going to take the Ravens here. I just feel like they'll have a very slight edge when it's all said and done. Although, I don't think you can count out the Bengals in this game. I was very close to taking Cincinnati. This game's going to be up for grabs, no doubt about it. AFC North battle. I do think both defenses could show up in the end, but I do think there could be some scoring in this game. 26-23. So, I mean, Browns-Ravens, that was 33-31, so you can see a lot of that there. But Lamar Jackson didn't make great decisions in that second half of the Browns game. We'll see what he can do in the versus Cincinnati. Maybe he can clean up some of those mistakes. So, looking at it, I think the Ravens will win this game. I think using guys like Keaton Mitchell, Zay Flowers will help as well, especially with the speed they possess. So, give me the Ravens this one. So, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Steelers beat the Browns last time they played. That was in Pittsburgh, though. Now we're getting the Steelers at the Browns. And, man, the Browns, they're looking good. Steelers are looking solid, but, I mean, it's crazy that team is 6-3. I have to say right now, my Coach of the Year vote is going to Mike Tomlin. So, 6-3, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns both are. I think the Browns will get revenge and win this one. I just don't know how Kenny Pickett's going to consistently move the ball in that Cleveland Browns defense, especially in Cleveland. That Browns defense is absolutely insane in Cleveland. They shut out Arizona. They held Cincinnati and Tennessee to 3. And they held San Francisco to 17, I believe. So, looking at it, it's just so tough to play in Cleveland, especially against that defense. I just don't know if I can see the Steelers going into Cleveland and winning that game. It's just so tough. When Deshaun Watson looked great in that second half, if he can keep that up, the Browns are going to be unstoppable. So we have the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Bears are coming off a Thursday Night Football win over Carolina. The Lions are coming off a shootout win against the Chargers. This is an interesting one. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions in this one, though. I just don't know if I see the Bears having enough firepower, even if Justin Fields comes back. I'm not sure he's going to, so. But regardless, the Bears won't have enough firepower to win this football game. The Lions have too much. They're very well coached. Dan Campbell has that team going crazy. MCDC. So, and the Lions are at home. Very good home team. Jared Goff should ball out, especially in that dome at Ford Field. So, give me the Lions in this one. Shouldn't be too far-fetched and too, difficult to pick. So we have the Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. The Packers used to be unstoppable at Lambeau Field, but you don't have Aaron Rodgers anymore, so that's not really the case. I'm going to take the Chargers to win this one. I think the Chargers, I know Brandon Staley and his staff, not great, but I'm not saying Matt LaFleur is great either. That staff kind of looks whatever. I was high on the Packers entering the season, but I clearly was wrong on them, so I'm taking the Chargers in this one. I think the Chargers will have enough offense to outscore Green Bay. I think it's just one of those games where it's like, oh yeah, the Chargers' offense is better. I just don't see them being outscored by Green Bay regardless of what happens. I don't think the Packers will ever have a world-beating offense, and I think the Chargers will take advantage and be able to score a few touchdowns here. I mean, Keenan Allen went absolutely bonkers yesterday. I think he'll look to continue what he's doing, and that offense still looking high-powered despite the loss versus the Lions. I mean, Jordan Love looked better yesterday, but at the same time, I just don't see enough. We have the Raiders at the Dolphins. So the Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. So, yeah. I just don't see this one being competitive. I know the Raiders won yesterday versus the Jets, but it's the Jets. They don't score. The Dolphins should win this one easy, 34-12. They should blow out another mediocre team like they usually do. They can't beat the good teams, but they can blow out the mediocre teams. So Tua should do his thing. The Dolphins' defense could be unstoppable in this game. So I just don't see this game being very competitive. Tyreek Hill should do his thing. Another 150-plus receiving yards. Why not? We have the New York Giants at the Washington Commanders. Another game there's really not much to talk about because, the Giants, looks like they may be going with Tommy DeVito once again at quarterback, and I just don't see them winning with him. So, obviously, I'm going to take the Commanders in this one. They're 4-6 now, but they played another close game versus the Seahawks. Might not be as bad of a team as you think. They just can't get over the hump, especially with Ron Rivera as head coach. Shouldn't have fined Jack Del Rio for speaking. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Commanders in this one, 20-10. Is there upside for the Giants? I don't know. Not in this game, even though Washington's not a great team. I don't know. It's just been rough for the Giants. They've had a lot of injury issues. They've just a lot of mental breakdowns. Just not an ideal situation for them. The Commanders are still fighting for a playoff spot, especially in the week NFC, so they'll be ready to play and win. We have the Dallas Cowboys at the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, this is another matchup where it's like, dang, it shouldn't be too hard to pick. The Cowboys, another team that absolutely destroys bad teams like the Miami Dolphins. So give me the Cowboys in this one, 33-22. I think the Panthers can get some points in garbage time, but still not going to be enough here. I just don't see Bryce Young doing enough to beat Dallas despite being at home. So Cowboys, much better home team, but at the same time, Carolina, there's going to be pressure on Carolina to win some games, but the way Dallas looks, they're really good. That's a really good football team right there. And I just think Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy will keep doing their thing. Frank Reich just not having a very good year. Could Frank Reich be a one-and-done? Possibly, but Panthers, you got to start winning if you don't want that to be the case. But I'm not sure about it in this game. David Tepper might be the worst owner in football. So we have the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Titans are on the road here. Yesterday was pretty brutal for the Titans, and same with the Jaguars. So both teams will be looking for a significant bounce back. I'm going to take the Jaguars to bounce back 21-17. Titans are just kind of weak all around. The main problem I have with the Tennessee Titans, I think, is everyone else's problem. Just lack of full talent. The Jaguars, they have the talent, and if they're going to keep winning games in the NFL level and to run away with the division, they're going to have to win games right now. So a game like this is important, and just taking advantage and sweeping the Titans away should be their main goal here, and Doug Peterson knows that. So give me the Jaguars, 21-17. Even if Trevor Lawrence doesn't play amazing, it should be enough. He's been a bit underwhelming this year, but I think he can get it together. So we have the Arizona Cardinals and the Houston Texans. Yeah, how about Kyler Murray, man? Y'all see that yesterday? That was a great comeback, great win versus the Falcons. So great job to come back from that, Kyler. So, but the Texans, how about C.J. Stroud, man? He looked dang good. He had that pretty bad interception, but was able to go and lead the Texans to a game-winning field goal. That team's looking nice. This is going to be an interesting one, though. Very intriguing matchup, especially with Kyler back. I'm going to take the Texans, though, 24-18. I think this one's going to come down to coaching. I think Gannon, despite not having a great record, 2-8, the talent's pretty limited. I don't think he's actually doing a terrible job. I thought he's actually coached good games. It's just the talent just isn't there. I think everyone knows that's the reason, too. So, but DeMeco Ryans coaching a very good football team in the Houston Texans here. I'm going to take him to win 24-18. I don't think this is going to be any type of blowout or anything. I'm very intrigued in this matchup, C.J. Stroud versus Kyler Murray. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to go on a limb right here and say this will be a low-scoring game. It may be a bit closer. I don't know. I think the Bucs defense might show up in this one. Todd Bowles, We'll see. But I'm going to take the 49ers to win, of course, 19-14. They really found their groove yesterday versus Jacksonville with a 34-3 win. And do I think they can go on another winning streak under Kyle Shanahan? For sure. I think they'll just keep doing their thing with that Shanahan offense. Brock Purdy will keep throwing the ball to his weapons. He's got all his weapons back now. CMC, Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, all those guys. It's pretty fun for them. So 49ers should play a good defensive game. I don't expect a lot of scoring here. So 19-14 feels pretty valid if you're going to have a lower scoring game. And Steve Wilkes is going to do his thing. I just don't know if Todd Bowles will be able to outcoach anyone in that 49ers team. It's going to be really tough. And I don't know if Baker Mayfield can show consistency. Played pretty well versus Tennessee despite an interception. But at the same time, the consistency, I'm not sure if it's there. We have the New York Jets of the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I'm not really looking to talk about this game much. You know, the Jets, 3 touchdowns in their last 5 games, all scored by Breece Hall. The Bills should bounce back. They won't lose to the Jets 2 times this season, and especially at home, 32-9. I think it's going to be a blowout game. Josh Allen, you know, throwing the football down the field. Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, are you there? Whatever. Jets defense will be tired out. That offense isn't getting anything done. Josh Allen will be smarter with the football. 32-9 Bills. Sean McDermott should cruise. Although I do like Robert Saleh. Okay, we have the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. A very interesting game here. So I think a lot of people will pick Seattle, of course, because they're 6-3. Rams are 3-6. But if Stafford comes back and he's healthy off this bye week, I like the Rams in this one. 22-20. I think that receiving core of Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, also Tutu Atwell, Tyler Higbee, I think that can, you know, I think they can do enough to win games, and especially against the Seahawks team. I don't know if I love the Seahawks team. I mean, the secondary is not too bad, but at the same time, I think the Rams, McVay can get into Pete Carroll's head. McVay knows what he's doing at times, and I think he's going to find a way. I could see this being a game where the Rams win a game-winning field goal. We'll see. 20-19, 3 seconds to go. The kick is up and good. You know, we'll see. But I'm taking the Rams 22-20 here. I mean, hey, one of my upsets, even though it's at home, but it is what it is. I'm going to take the Rams. If Sunday Night Football, we have the Vikings and Broncos. Not the greatest matchup, but, you know, Josh Dobbs. So, Vikings at Broncos. Broncos actually play tonight, though, versus the Bills. 17-13 is going to be my final score, and I'm going to take the Vikings. I originally had the Broncos in my picks, but then I thought about it. You know, I was like, okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe Kevin O'Connell will have a bit of momentum, and that'll help the Vikings. And looking at it, I guess, yeah. So, I like Josh Dobbs to win this game. I think Sean Payton could get punked here. We'll see. But it's going to be a game. I think it's going to be a game of defenses, not a ton of scoring. And whose defense can come down and make a stop, you know, late? It's going to be tough. I mean, both teams could probably do it, but who can just do it at the end with the lead? I think that's going to be the Minnesota Vikings. The Broncos, man, they're just hard to trust at this point. I just don't love what they're doing. The coaching isn't great, so. But this Vikings team is riding so high right now. And then we have Monday Night Football. Hey, we got a good matchup here. At Arrowhead Stadium, we have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Kansas City Chiefs. Eagles are 8-1. The Chiefs are 7-2. Man, this could be huge for playoff implications because Eagles still going for that 1 seed. Same with the Chiefs in the AFC. So, hey, it's going to be a fun matchup. Coming off bye weeks, too, both teams. So, it's going to be an interesting one. A lot of people will pick Kansas City, obviously, because they're in Arrowhead. We'll see if Taylor Swift's at the game. I'm not sure she'll be, but maybe. Travis Kelce's actually on her tour right now, so, yeah, in Argentina. But I'm going to take the Eagles in this one, 26-24. I'm going to take the Eagles on the road. Sirianni is going to make a statement, absolute statement, to show why the Eagles are dominant and why they're the best team in football. For sure, a lock in that spot. So, 26-24 Philly. I mean, this game could go either way, of course. It's going to be a fun one, though. I think there's going to be a bit of scoring. Hurts versus Mahomes. I think we're going to like what we see. Will it be a game like the Rams-Chiefs a few years ago, like 54-51? No way. I don't think it'll be anything like that. But, especially with scoring being down in the NFL, but the Eagles, man, that team is flying high. A.J. Brown is going for 125-plus every game, it feels like. So, I don't know. I don't know if the Chiefs will have enough firepower on offense, even with Kelce. I just think the Eagles do enough, just enough, to win this game. So I appreciate everyone being here. Sports Expert here. Once again, please hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Turn on the post notification bell. like the video, comment what you think. Would appreciate it, everybody. I'm out, guys. Sports Expert here. Peace.